What's up YouTube? Capital G here, and finally it is here. We've been waiting for this for a very long time. Our new Nekroz support is going to be released in Maximum Crisis. If you guys have been kind of following the last few sets, I've been talking about this for a while. The DT3, the Dual Terminal 3 storyline, and all of its archetypes have been getting more support. You guys know that we got a new Shadow card, we got a new Serteller Knight card, there's a new amazing support card for Infernoids, a new trap coming out, and Raging Tempest that basically has brought the deck back to relevancy in the OCG, that and obviously lawn mowing next door. But this card is actually really good. Her name is Ariel, Priestess of Nekroz, and she's level 4. She's a psychic monster, which I was like, wait, what? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because if you look up Nekroz, for the most part they are dragon, spellcaster, or warriors. So I just like, where the heck did psychic come from? But she's actually a very good card for the archetype, and just a good card in general. She is 1000 attack, 1800 defense. The stat line of your non-ritual monsters in Nekroz doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter that Shurit doesn't have any attack. He's an amazing card. I mean, how they banned it in TCG. You can only use the second effect of Ariel once per turn. Effect number 1, once per turn, you can reveal any number of Nekroz cards from your hand to your opponent until the end of that turn. Increase or decrease this card's level by the number of cards shown. So this is pretty good in my opinion. First starters, obviously you give your opponent a little bit of information, but it's not like Mind Crush is gonna like magically start being sided against Nekroz. It was already a card that like shit on Nekroz to begin with. I like the fact that she can adjust her level in a deck that ritual summoning is all about having the right number of levels and making sure everything matches up. Also, it can be kind of useful for summoning things like Trishula, because you know, obviously she's level 4, but you know, you could possibly make her like level 5 or make her like level 3. I think that's pretty good. The second effect is probably the better effect in my opinion. If this card is tributed by an effect, you can add 1 Nekroz monster from your deck except a ritual monster. Now some people are going to look at them like, oh come on Cap, it's a good effect, but it's all, you know, it's not ritual monsters. I can't get Colossalus or Brio or Unicorn or whatever. But you have to think, number 1, she can search another copy of herself. Number 2, and it's really hard to judge this effect because I feel like this is one of the few cards that I've reviewed probably this year that is amazing in the OCG, but potentially just good in the TCG, and that's because obviously this card can search Shurit. If you guys don't know, in the OCG, Shurit is actually like it's limited status, but in the TCG, Shurit has been banned for quite some time. So this card can actually search a copy of Shurit, which is fucking huge because we all know that Shurit is pretty much just the bee's knees in Nekroz. So being able to search Shurit is pretty fucking big, not having to rely on like the 1 copy of Rhoda. But you can also search, like if you're playing TCG, you could search Dance Princess, you could search Great Sorcerer. I think Great Sorcerer is probably a little bit better than Dance Princess. That's the card that I like to use in Nekroz. Or again, you can search another copy of herself. Now, the fact that Nekroz now have 3 level 4 water monsters is pretty interesting, because I always thought that Instant Fusion was already good in Nekroz, but now obviously you have just a lot more consistency when it comes to the totally awesome plays. Instant Fusion, even if you don't want to go for the totally awesome, you can just Instant Fusion Norden and then bring her back, and then you could, like, you know, go for a Valk play. By the way, Valkyris, if you tribute it, like if she's in your hand and you tribute it, obviously her second effect would trigger. Overall, I think that this card is pretty good, and that's saying something because some of the dual terminal 3 cards, like the legacy support, like a lot of the cards have been pretty mediocre, and I think this card's actually really good. I don't know if this is going to sway Konami in the TCG to maybe unban Shurit or not, but if Shurit does get unbanned, the viability of this card obviously goes through the roof, because its second effect is just always like, you're pretty much 99% of the time just going to get a copy of Shurit. If not, then I would probably run this, and I'd run like 1 Great Sorcerer. Like, I think that 1 copy of each is probably good enough. So you guys let me think, or excuse me, let me know what you guys think. Also, I guess the last thing is, it does make summoning Sophia a lot easier if you for some reason want to go down the route, you don't want to play all the other ones, or you just want to, maybe you have a boner for Sophia or something like that, because Sophia does require 3 different types, and now Nekroz have 4 different types, with Psychic being added into the bunch. So if you guys want to summon Sophia, I guess this makes it a little easier, plus the fact that she can adjust her levels, and Sophia is like randomly level 11, which is also kind of fucking difficult. Yeah, she helps with Sophia. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I think the card is actually really good. Leave that in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. I have no idea why I didn't realize this sooner, or why I didn't realize it when making the video, but I definitely recognize it now. This Ariel is the same as this Ariel. It's the same exact girl. She used to be a Gishki, but then she grew up and, you know, basically she became a Nekroz, and it all makes sense because if you guys know anything about the dual terminal storyline, everything is kind of like planned in advance. It's all connected. So I don't know why I didn't realize it. I mean, she's got the same name. She's got the same hair. Like, it should have just instantly clicked. Holy crap, I've seen you before a few years ago. You're a Gishki. And yeah, lo and behold, she's the same exact girl. You can even tell if the name wasn't, you know, a dead giveaway, but the attribute, obviously the levels and whatnot. But she has the same exact stats as she did when she was, you know, like a little girl, I guess. Well, I don't know. Maybe she's a preteen here, and then she's like an actual woman in this one. So yeah, just a little connection there that I should have realized. And also, her being a psychic makes a little more sense because maybe she got older and, you know, maybe she can see the future now. Who knows? It's a possibility. But now it's like, oh, well, I can actually see that being a possibility. Anyways, I just wanted to make that connection so I don't look like a total dolt.